What is going on YouTube? Welcome back to my channel, JoJo Speaks. This is going to be my review on Married to Medicine, Season 11, Episode 13. And it's not going to necessarily be a complete review of the entire episode. I just want to give you guys my thoughts on the way that the season has gone thus far and the fact that I don't know if I'm going to be watching the rest of this season. And the reason why is because Phaedra was telling the truth when she told Jackie that these are a bunch of mean girls. For them to deny that they are mean girls is laughable, to be honest. It is truly laughable. The fact that Heavenly invited Phaedra's ex-husband, Apollo, and his wife to the trip to Key West is, of course, shady. And everybody knows the reason why Heavenly invited Apollo to the trip, because she wanted to shake things up. That's what Heavenly does. That's why Heavenly is here. She's here to shake the table. So this should not surprise anyone whatsoever. Also, the fact that all of these girls are rallying behind Quad and completely Xing out Dr. G and Sweet Tea from the entire equation, I think is unfortunate. I really do think that it is unfortunate, the fact that we're completely ignoring Quad's actions, ignoring the fact that Quad was the one who was riling Dr. G up at that, whole couples thing when they were telling their business as far as how many times a week they have relations, and how many dates did they go on before they actually had relations, and all this good stuff. Like, although at the same time, Dr. G did sign up for this. When he came back to the show with his new wife, I do believe that he came back to the show with Sweet Tea to kind of rub Sweet Tea in Quad's face and to let her know, I've moved on. Well, now Quad has flipped the script on the following season, bringing King to the show now. According to other YouTubers that are close to Quad, apparently King and Quad are actually in a relationship, which I don't know if I necessarily care about that whatsoever, but I do think that it is ironic that Quad has flipped the script on Dr. G. And, now I can't say that I'm surprised that the girls are rallying around Quad and, supporting her and all this good stuff. And I guess that's nice, I guess, for the most part. However, I do think that they were being unfair with Sweet Tea in this most recent episode. Toya and Dr. Mimi, whom I love. I love the fact that Dr. Mimi is here. We actually have a psychologist on the cast, and I think she might be able to become a mediator for the girls. But the fact that Toya was demanding so many answers from Sweet Tea and asking her to take accountability, which I didn't think that Sweet Tea really did anything wrong. She was trying to support her man. She was trying to defend her man, and that's to be expected, at least in my opinion. But I just don't like the fact that the girls are all ganging up on Sweet Tea. And it seems like in the preview for the next episode, it seems like Dr. Contessa and Dr. Heavenly are going to get back on good terms. And so I guess that's good for the show. But I don't like the way that they are handling this situation. I really don't like the way that they are handling this situation. And the fact that it seems like Dr. Simone and Dr. Jackie really don't have a say as to what the girls are doing. It seems like Dr. Heavenly and Toya and Quad are more running the show here. And I don't know if I necessarily like that aspect of the show at this point. I just don't care for Quad. I really don't. Although she's really really big with the gays, and yes, she seems like a good Judy. You know what I'm saying? In a regular type of situation. However, I don't like her actions, and I don't like the way that she was kind of flaunting King in front of Dr. G. Although I will say that Dr. G was kind of trying to flaunt Sweet Tea in Quad's face just for the simple fact of bringing her onto the show. Quad seemed to take it a step further and actually did flaunt King in front of Dr. G. And I do think that Quad kind of put something in King's ear to kind of defend her to Dr. G, which led to the altercation that happened. And for the fact that these men and these women are unhappy with the fact that Dr. G might have pressed charges against King, and they're saying that that's a bitch move. You know what I'm saying? Not a real man wouldn't do that. It's like what. What are we doing here? Can we not make our own decisions as grown people, as grown men? And again, I'm not defending Dr. G, but I'm at the same time, I'm saying that I don't like the way that they are treating Dr. G and Sweet Tea in this moment. However, Dr. G is not perfect. I will have to say that that song that he made was so cringy, and the fact that his voice sounds the way that it does made it even worse, made it even worse. It's so hard to talk about because when you want to try to defend someone and yet that same person makes themselves look like a fool on national TV, it just makes it so hard to talk about. But at the end of the day, I just don't like the way that the girls are treating Sweet Tea in particular, making it seem as though she's responsible for Dr. G's actions. And Toya kept on saying, I want to hear from you. I want to hear from you. But Sweet Tea is trying to speak from the standpoint of both her and Dr. G. And because Dr. G is not sitting at the table to defend himself, then Sweet Tea really doesn't want to say too much of anything. And I don't think these girls really understand Dr. G and Sweet Tea's dynamic. And because they don't understand it, they're trying to yank it out of Sweet Tea and understand what's really going on between them. And I just don't like the way that the girls are treating Sweet Tea. And I don't like the way that, of course, Toya at this whole meeting at Quad's house where they're not talking about the past, but they're looking forward to the future. Onward and upwards is what they said. And Toya said, she's going to choose Sweet Tea over Quad. I think that's a cute sentiment. However, again, you guys are completely ignoring the fact that Quad literally instigated this. She literally instigated this entire thing. If Quad was not saying, "Oh, I think you're the perfect one for my ex-husband," and you're doing this and you're doing that and you want to be me, and we're ignoring the fact that Quad said all of those things. We're going to ignore all of that. We're just completely getting down on Sweet Tea and Dr. G for reacting to the way that Quad has been treating them this entire season. So I don't know if I probably will be watching the rest of the season, but it just makes it harder for me to enjoy the rest of the season because these are a bunch of mean girls. What do you guys think about this season of Married to Medicine, season 11 so far? Are you liking it? Do you like the way that things are going on? I spoke on what Dr. Heavenly said concerning real men on a previous live Hot Topics and Social Commentary. Of course, I don't appreciate her equating gay men as not being real men. And of course, she's apologized for it now. She hasn't apologized directly or specifically to the LGBTQIA plus community, but she's apologized for her words, knowing that it did affect us the most because that's who she was referring to when she says, not gay men, not bitch men, but real men. Again, I understand exactly what she was saying. She was saying that not a bitch ass nigga, a real man, which, there are some real men on the gay side and, they will get with you. They got hands too. We got hands too. So, that further shows how problematic Dr. Heavenly is. But once again, I do believe that Dr. Heavenly's fans will forgive her. Dr. Heavenly probably won't lose any viewers on her YouTube channel, because those who support Dr. Heavenly accept her for who she is, and this should not be should not be a surprise that she said what she said concerning the LGBTQIA plus community. So it is what it is. Let me guys know what you think down in the comments. Make sure you go give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, press the notification bell, and share JoJo Speaks with all your family, friends, and loved ones. Let everybody out here know that JoJo Speaks is here in these YouTube streets. I'll catch you guys on the next video. Peace out, y'all.